Okay, let's
so
move
we-
on.
But can it
Just
be
change
recorded
it.
still?
So why don't we do it on the iPhone and then upload it?
Right.
I
Okay.
don't have all night.
Yeah,
Neither
we
does
kind of
my-
need to get started.
The mayor.
I know. I was like, I was ready. You know what? It's because I
know.
said this is gonna be fast. I jinxed it.
All right. Famous last
believe
words.
it.
You told me yesterday. Should be a short meeting.
I thought we'd be done by now.
All right. Yeah.
Would have been done.
We would have been done by now.
Yeah.
I'm exhausted. I'm ready to go home.
Wow.
This is gonna be motion second, all in favor, aye. Motion second, all in favor, aye. Motion second, all in favor, aye.
That works. Does anybody have any questions?
Do we need roll call on anything? Can we do just?
Yeah, if you want to.
No, it takes 2 seconds to do roll.
What do we have to do, roll?
Some things are required to be on roll.
Oh, so let's start the process.
Nothing
Let's get
here.
it going.
No,
It's
wait.
8 o'clock.
I know it is 8 o'clock.
Yeah, we-
Chris just went for an answer, I think, though. I think they just went downstairs.
I've never been down there.
It's a dungeon.
I've been down there.
It's like that. It's like
It's filled with
scary.
It's
It's
filled
scary.
with cool equipment, though.
Scary.
Scary down there.
The scariest
poor
is
guy.
when done when we did the
I think
when,
that place
we
ruined
did
him,
your
quite
tour and the orientation.
It's like being in a jail cell.
You know, Creedy's down there working on the
Did you have
renovation
weekend
stuff
already?
in like
This
that
weekend.
little
This weekend?
corner
Yeah.
and like.
Very
My
good.
daughter-
That's
my daughter-
exciting.
my-
Good
All
stuff.
right, what's the answer, Chris?
They're all good. They're just gonna make the phone call. They're just
All right.
this is going downstairs and they'll call you.
All right, good. Let's do this.
My daughter just called my older daughter.
Technical
Yeah, come down.
difficulties longer
Make sure
than the
you
meeting.
put
Oh,
Right.
And that you want to.
That's what happens, right?
Yeah.
My when my
I
daughter
ju-
went to
we
Tampa,
changed-
I had two
we had a press conference
nephews
today. We changed the
in
name
their
of one of our
late
parks.
20s
So
who lived
Laz
down
doing
there. So
it.
she used to, yeah.
Hi. Okay, 10 seconds or so? 10 seconds, great. Thank you.
Okay.
It
I'm
was
gonna-
Jess on the phone, not Fred.
I'm waiting for you guys to stand up for the pledge before we do.
Yes. Yeah.
2, 3.
Please stand and join me in the Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge allegiance to the flag
of the United States of America
and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Thank you and good evening. Tonight is Tuesday, September 25th. It's about 8 o'clock. We apologize for the late start. We were experiencing technical difficulties with our streaming and recording devices. We came a little while ago from executive session where we were discussing union negotiations. The first item on our agenda is a resolution considering awarding contract number 25-16, Village Hall Painting.
Whereas the Village of Rybrook has solicited bids for contract 25-16 Village Hall Painting, and whereas the bid for this contract was advertised in the Journal News as the official newspaper on September 3rd and was also made available on the Empire State Purchasing Group bid system, and whereas at 10 a.m. on September 17th, all bids received were opened and are summarized below, and there was a total of 4 bids, ranging in prices from a low bid of $24,600 to a high bid of $85,800. The 4 bidders were Sierra Contractor Corp., Universal Construction, Apex Construction, and Pristine Concept Solutions. And whereas the bid bond was not initially submitted by Pristine Concepts Corp. Solutions at the time of the bid opening, but when notified of this omission, it was received by the village at 2:55 p.m. on the same day, Wednesday, September 17th. And whereas the Village of Rybrook finds it is in the public interest to waive the initial omission of the bid bond as a technical defect that was cured by the bidder within several hours of the bid opening. And whereas the Administrator and Superintendent of Public Works have reviewed the bid submissions and recommend that Pristine Concept Solutions be selected as the lowest responsible bidder to complete items 1 and 2 in the bid. Now therefore be resolved that the Board of Trustees has determined that the lowest responsible bidder meeting the requirements of the contract documents is Pristine Concept Solutions of New Holland Village, Nanuet, New York, for a total bid amount of $24,600 for items 1 and 2. And be it further resolved that the Mayor and Administrator are authorized to accept and deliver all documents necessary or appropriate to accomplish the purposes of this resolution.
Thank you, Chris. Can I have a motion and second, please?
Motion.
Second.
It's great that we got this many bids. We're very happy to be getting this project done. Any questions or comments from
I
the
assume
board?
Universal Construction was using gold leaf or something to justify their price?
I assume the same.
Okay.
Any other questions or comments from the board?
No.
Trustee Epstein.
Yes.
Trustee Heiser.
Yes.
Trustee Crom.
Yes.
Trustee Morlino.
Yes.
And Mayor Klein.
Yes, thank you. Resolution number 2, considering rejecting contract number 25-13 fire truck proposal.
Whereas the Village of Rybrook solicited bids for contract 25-13 fire truck proposal, and whereas the bid for this contract was advertised in the Journal News as the official newspaper on June 9th and was also made available on the BidNet Direct bid system, and whereas at 10 a.m. on July 7th, all bids were received, were opened and summarized below, and there was only one bidder, which was SVI Trucks of Fort Collins, Colorado, in the amount of $1,192,000. And whereas the Village of Rybrook seeks to reject the bid from SVI Trucks due to the bid result being higher than the allocated budget, now therefore be it resolved that the Board of Trustees hereby rejects the bid from SVI Trucks of Fort Collins, Colorado, due to the bid being higher than the allocated budget.
Thank you, Chris. Can I have a motion second, please?
Motion.
Second.
And I mean, this is for a pump truck, not a lot.
This is an engine, yep.
It's the
It's an
engine.
engine.
So that's more than we spent on the Quint. Where does that leave us, Chris?
Sure. Well, maybe if the board can act on it, and then maybe I can. I'll tell you now. Let me go through. So the village, if you recall, we put financing in place in the amount of $950,000. This obviously exceeds that, and the funding. So the budget exceeds the funding available. So now what we're doing is our truck consultant is looking at various demos that are out there that would most meet our needs. And we think there's some opportunities with at least 2 companies to hopefully have a recommendation to you by the end of next month with a different type of vehicle, a different type of engine that would not be, this was going to be a refurb, and the other one would be a demo. So we're looking at the various demos and how they would have to be modified to meet all the needs that we have here. So we're hoping to come back with you by the end of the month. It's being reviewed with our truck committee and our truck consultant and myself, and we'll come up with another plan that we hope will be within our budget.
All right. Thank you, Chris. Any questions or comments from the board?
Trustee
We did talk to SVI Trucks too to see if there was any flexibility, because it's the lowest bidder and the only bidder, so you can talk to them and work that out. But in this case, anything we would have modified would have really substantially changed the bid, so we cannot proceed in this way.
Gotcha.
Trustee Epstein.
Yes.
Trustee Heiser.
Yes.
Trustee Crom.
Yes.
Trustee Morlino.
Yes.
And Mayor Klein.
Yes, thank you. Resolution number 3, considering a request for the use of village streets by the Blind Brook School District for a Halloween parade on October 31st, 2025.
Resolved that the use of Rocking Horse Trail, Dorchester Drive, and Sleepy Hollow on Friday, October 31st from 9 a.m. to 10 a.m. for the 5th annual Blind Brook School District K-2 Halloween Parade event is hereby approved with the terms to be established by the police department.
Thank you, Chris. Can I have a motion second, please?
Second.
Is this only the 5th? Because I remember one of my children actually participating in it. It's very cute. There's definitely a little inconvenience for some of the people living there, but we put up signs, put up no parking signs, if I remember, ahead of time. And then the kids they march out. They basically just go around the block of the school, and it is just unbelievably cute. They stay, as class by class. It's awesome. So I'm very happy that they're continuing this tradition.
It's adorable, but the only one thing I would say is we do need to notice people in advance. Okay, I just want to remind you to do it, right? Because especially on Facebook, the algorithm does not always hit that day. So a few days before.
Right, and that way, and this.
Yes, but I
Yeah,
don't
we'll
have
help them
kids
as
in
well,
school.
so the residents know that they're going to be inconvenienced. You're not going to go
Exactly.
out and drive in that hour.
No, and that's why I'm saying.
You don't want to be rushing to go to a doctor's appointment late.
Plan ahead accordingly.
No
Yeah,
way
plan-
out for me.
No way out. So, all right. Any other questions or comments?
Nope.
No, thank you.
Trustee Epstein?
Absolutely.
Trustee Heiser?
Yes.
Trustee Crom?
Yes.
Trustee Morlino,
Yes.
And Mayor Klein.
Yes, thank you. Resolution number 4, considering a modification of the license and fee schedule.
Whereas the Village of Rybrook currently sells recycling bins at a cost of $10 per recycling bin, and whereas Nova Products of Fort Erie, on the vendor for the Village of Rybrook purchases for recycling bins, has raised the price of those bins, and whereas the Superintendent of Public Works wishes to raise the price to $13 per recycling bin to account for the increased cost to acquire them. Now therefore be resolved, the Village Board of Trustees hereby approves modifying the village license and fee schedule to account for the change of the cost to acquiring the bins, and that's a change from $10 per bin to $13 per bin.
Thank you, Chris. Can I have a motion and second, please?
Motion.
Second.
It's certainly still a discount from anything else you'd be able to get. We're selling
Are
these
these
at
just the
cost.
small bins? Or?
Yes.
The blue,
Blue
yeah,
one,
the
yeah.
blue.
They're actually pretty large.
Yeah, they are.
I mean, they're
Yeah.
not
And
the,
their
you know,
quality.
Yeah.
And I mean, it's when we're selling these at cost to our residents, we're not making any profit off of this. This is a service that we're providing.
As
When is
hard as
this
it is to
effective?
believe somebody will
This
complain.
is.
That's a good question, Chris. When would this become effective? Immediately, or
Excuse me?
when does this become effective?
When we get the new bins in, whenever they come in.
Okay.
We just recover our cost. That's all
Yeah.
we're doing.
You know, comment?
Yeah, please.
Not this round, but some neighborhoods have a problem with recycling blowing away. Is there any of these bins that have lids? Or, you know, like,
No,
not just
the ones
lids?
that we would be selling. You can purchase ones at other, hardware stores and other places.
Sure,
Yeah.
Home Depot probably.
Yeah.
I just don't know. I've never looked at that, but we can
I
look
think our
and see if
neighborhood is
there's
talking
other
about
options.
going to something like
Yeah,
that, but.
to look to see if
But-
there's other
but a lot of
options
them do.
available.
A lot of
I have
people
it in
do.
the
Yeah.
top. It's like
Yeah.
a thing.
A lot of people have their own that they use.
And they often overflow, in terms of outside the bin.
Windy days, it's a
disaster.
definite.
For some reason, also, it all seems on my block, to accumulate on my lawn. So I end up always bringing in other people's stuff.
And we do have bigger bins than we used to, too. They're deeper and
Yeah,
bigger.
yeah.
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 Okay, well, anyway.
No, I would say that since we're discussing this, I would say that I walk in the neighborhoods frequently, as you know, and I do pick up
Yeah.
people's recyclables, and not their trash necessarily, but all of their styrofoam and boxes and stuff that they do not secure sufficiently. So I would say that perhaps we need a reminder. Also, maybe on our website, please secure. This is the windy time of the year is coming.
Well, I also think sometimes they get overloaded and coming out of the top of them. So, people can always put them in a separate container, an open container next to it. You can put
Right.
it, and if you don't have, any type of a bin that looks similar is something that people can do as well.
Right.
So if you need or you can come purchase a second one from
Right,
us.
because nothing works.
I have two at home. Just two of us. I have two of them at home.
Right.
I bought an extra one from
Right.
where I am.
So I just think a friendly reminder how
Yeah.
to stow it and how to secure it.
At $13, it's worth having a second one if you're overflowing too.
Yes, absolutely. Right. Any other questions or comments?
No,
Nope.
great.
Trustee Epstein?
Yes.
Trustee Heiser?
Yes.
Trustee Crom?
Yes.
Trustee Morlino,
Yes.
And Mayor Klein.
Yes, thank you. Resolution number 5, considering approval of the minutes for the meetings held on July 8th and July 22nd, 2025.
Now therefore be resolved that the Board of Trustees approves the minutes for the meetings held on July 8th and July 22nd, 2025.
Thank you, Chris. Can I have a motion and second, please?
So moved.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Opposed? And it's passed. Administrator's report.
Okay, I do have a couple of items. So tonight and tomorrow night, Westchester County, that's, since this is shown several times, that's Thursday and Friday. The county is milling and paving South Ridge Street from Westchester Avenue to the I-287 bridge. So, just please, again, like we talked about before, for the Halloween, plan accordingly, because, there will be some delays. But it is overnight. It's from 7 p.m. to 4 a.m. is when they're doing the work. So it's nice.
Right now, they're doing it right now?
Yeah, they're doing it now.
Setting up,
Most of it is going to be milling right now, and they'll be paving, through later on in the night they'll start the paving. So they'll be milling and then paving in these sections where they've milled, which is also helpful, rather than leaving it exposed for extended lengths.
Chris,
So-
as I asked you, if they could do West 97th Street in Manhattan,
There you
I'd
go.
greatly appreciate that.
Yes, yeah, it's on the list. It'll be a Thursday. The other thing is the village is starting its paving next week. So we'll be starting, as soon as the weather allows next week, we'll be starting our milling and paving. And they'll be stopping, though, because of the holidays. The holiday will be stopping at 4 p.m. on Wednesday. And then they will not be paving on Thursday. So this way, the contractor has been very accommodating with the village and working with our schedules. Oh, yeah. Okay. And the police department, thank you, Greg. The police department is doing a free safety seat check on Saturday, September 22nd from 10 a.m. to 2 p.m. And you can call them for more information. Do you need to register in advance, or you could just show up? You could just show up. The chief says you could just show up. So if you want, often they say that 3 out of 4 child seats are not installed correctly. So it's worth coming over, make sure everything is done right. And the police actually they have to go through a training class and get approved for even doing the seat check. Is that correct, Chief? Correct. So, they do know how to look for it, what they're looking for. So, again, Saturday, September 27th, at the police department, at the firehouse, at the Rye Brook Firehouse, 940 King Street, and that's from 10 a.m. to 2 p.m. The village is going to we'll be paving next week. October 8th at 5:30 p.m. There's going to be an apple pie making class. This is part of a new series that we're starting for an adult. These are for adults, so it's an adult cooking series. So we're starting with apple pie making, and we'll be going with the next one will be mozzarella, making homemade mozzarella. So we're doing fun things, and this is kind of a new adult culinary program that we're starting, and we're excited about it. And the first one is, again, October 8th. Space is limited, so please contact the village. You can go on our website, look at our events page. You can also contact Liz Rodfeld at our senior center. It's not only for seniors. It's for any adult and or couples. It's a great fun night out for people, and you just have to pre-register in advance. So they have all the supplies, and we have the correct amount of room to be able to work safely. October, we have a lot of fun programs coming up next month, which is right around the corner. We have our pumpkin patch. We have a Halloween. We have a trunk and treat event. So we have a lot of nice, fun seasonal events. So please look at our website, go to our events page, or just go to rybrook.ny.gov/events, and you'll go right to that page. So there's a lot of fun times and a lot of fun things for the residents to do and get together with the community. Other events we have non-Halloween related. On October 11th from 10 to 12, there's a seed exchange at the library, so the Portchester Rye Brook Library will have the seed exchange, and our sustainability committee will be one of the sponsors, as well as the town in Portchester. On October 18th from 9 to 11, that's going to be our annual community cleanup, and they'll be cleaning up on Bowman Avenue again. So we look for volunteers, so if you want to help clean up the community, Bowman Avenue tends to need a lot of attention. It's kind of isolated, so it gets a lot of garbage and debris. We want to keep Rye Brook clean, so if you'd like to volunteer for that, again, please go to the events page and call my office if you have any questions. What's that? Oh, yeah, and we'll be closing at noon tomorrow, Friday, for an employee recognition event. That's all I
Great.
have for tonight.
All right, thank you, Chris. We also have one item of new business for discussion, which is a discussion of an application, or not an application, a request that had come to one of our business owners from the Greenwich School District. Chris, you want to explain?
Yeah, we do have we have a request at the George Comfort and Sons, who owns 900 King Street, as well as the Kingsbrook property, office park. They've been approached by Greenwich School District. Greenwich School District is having difficulty finding a location because they've lost ability to park all their buses, so they're searching very actively for locations where they can park their buses for the current school year for 25-26, and they've reached out to them to see if either of their business locations were possibilities. We have a lot of concerns, which I actually spoke to the Greenwich School District as well. It's the amount of buses and the amount of time is a problem. There is 72 buses that they're looking, plus or minus, that they're looking to park. They do leave early and come back at later times, but that's a lot of traffic. That could be fighting with early morning commuters as well. So we said these locations could be very difficult. We have our own school district next door. The office park has already backups from some of the Greenwich locations in their schools, as well as people trying to get out of Belfair. So, I don't know if it's the best fit, but I wanted to bring it to the board to see if there was a discussion or any ideas, or wanted to continue the discussions. But I kind of gave it, said that it wasn't, I didn't think it was the best idea. Plus, for that amount of time, it's a site plan issue potentially too. So as a use, as allowed use, I mean, if it was a week, it would be one thing, but they're looking at for the entire school year. So I put it on as a discussion item in case the board had different feelings about that, or would like to send any other different messages. We usually try very hard to help our neighbors. This one I'm just not sure fits.
Yeah, and we appreciate you putting this on, Chris. Certainly, we would, go out of our way to help, again, a neighboring community. It sounds like they're dealing with a fairly major issue, and we certainly understand that. My biggest concern with both of those locations is that, it's the access road also for two large residential developments. So, I mean, at 900 you have the Arbors, and at 1100 you've got Kingsfield that are right there, and it would negatively impact. I'm afraid it would negatively impact both of those developments pretty seriously.
Yeah.
So that's my major concern. I don't know if there's any other comments from the
Plus 70 some odd buses on King Street
is going
Right.
to be it.
will not help the traffic.
Right,
patterns.
and we've had a number of traffic studies done along those routes, and they consistently at that time of day are getting low scores, C's and D's. So
Right, even worse. Where are they housing these vehicles now? Do we have any idea?
They're, my understanding, unless it's changed, and I think it was pretty fluid, is they've kind of buried them different spots on their school properties, kind of parking in all the school lots and
Yeah,
everything.
to have them come from one location, we have school there too. I think it is a
It just doesn't really fit
Doesn't fit.
for,
Yeah.
for what we
definite
need.
issue. So
Not even
And I tried to make some other suggestions too, that was less residential,
Right.
less competing with King Street. But if anybody else had suggestions, we'd be happy to pass them along.
well, we'll certainly think about it. But I think the sentiment of this board is that we would not be in favor of that.
Okay.
Any other questions or comments on that? No. All right, any non-agenda items, any comments or questions from the public? Any other questions or comments from the board? Seeing none, the next meetings of the Board of Trustees will be October 14th and October 28th, 2025. Thank you and have a good night.
Good night.
Good night.
And sorry again about the technical.
You're
looking
looking
at
at
an
error. That's what the, that's, you hopefully you look at that.
Yeah.
Getting
But what this year?